Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one for you today. We're going to hear from the SEC, who wants to depose more employees and executives from Ripple. Pretty crazy stuff there. We're going to hear from Brad Garlinghouse himself on CNBC News. You're going to want that. PNC, Visa, Anchorage, Ripple, XRP. We're going to get into all of that today, and we're going to hear some really, really important thoughts and comments from Raoul Pal. You're going to want every bit of that from Real Vision. Let's go ahead and roll this beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackUpBradleyAbove at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. 1.7 trillion plus for the cryptocurrency market cap. I'm not going to get into the prices today because I just want to get to the news, but we are at $1 with XRP at the number 6 spot, courtesy of the dereliction of duty and intimidation tactics by the SEC. We're going to talk about some of that right now. So up 7.16% right now in the 24-hour and still down more than 15% on the 7-day, ladies and gentlemen. We are ranging between 88 cents and $1.06. Do not forget, I Trust Capital, link in the description box and comment section, the best gold, crypto, silver IRA. This comes from Michael Val, 5 links this morning. The cryptocurrency market cap has recovered $600 billion since the Sunday low as Bitcoin spiked above 40,000. We're still there at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it. Now, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary's been making a lot of noise when it comes to the cryptocurrency space in Bitcoin, and he is launching a DeFi investing company. Well. Welcome to the dance and welcome to the show, Kevin O'Leary, who spent a lot of time a few years ago beating up crypto, and obviously he was accumulating it during that time, apparently. So here we have Canadian businessman, politician, TV personality is going all in on decentralized finance, which I have said many times. I believe DeFi will be bigger than crypto itself. It really will. It's going to be enormous. So let's keep this moving. I don't want to get stuck on that because we have a lot to go over, and this is a big piece right here from the Hall of Famer Michael. The U.S. Securities Exchange Commission is asking Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn for an order to depose 5 more witnesses, including former Ripple CFO Ron Will and former X-Spring Senior Vice President Ethan Beard. Let's go ahead and get into this for a second. As of now, 10 current and former Ripple employees are already set to testify on various matters. That's what we're looking at, and these are the latest round of lists that have been asked to depose by the SEC of the judge. So we will keep you abreast of what's going on there. I would really defer to what I read in the first video this morning of some updates in other areas of this case with the SEC and Ripple. Jeremy Hogan, I think, said it best. The fact that they're still digging and still going for more and more and more really shows a sign that the SEC is having trouble finding what it's looking for. So as scary as this may seem, it appears that they haven't made a case yet, and they can't stop looking for things to really try to make the case. And if you were paying in or, caught the highlights here on the channel about the last hearing last week, that was a mess because that was essentially the SEC making an argument that they should be able to see the legal communications from legal opinions of attorneys that Ripple had sought out to find out whether their opinion, the legal firm's opinion, was in fact XRP a security or not. And the SEC was trying to make an argument to see in those legal opinions and those communications to make their own case, so as it were. So pretty remarkably embarrassing case. I got to say, people at the SEC really do not embarrass very easily there. Now, not to say that the sales of XRP weren't securities over the counter, OTC, right? But, whether XRP is a security or not really shouldn't be in question, to be honest with you. So, all right, looking here, Bank to 4, we covered this, but is launching today mobile banking payments from Oman to India with RippleNet, baby. Oh, yeah. And the news gets better and stronger as we go. Today, from James Rule XRP, give him a follow. Banks will meet to discuss inequality, diversity, climate changes, taxes, as well as how their banks handle cryptocurrencies. Reminder that we do have those issuances from Brian Brooks when he was the OCC head, regardless of the fact that the current OCC head right now is really looking over those decisions and those issuances. They are in fact in place at the moment. So this will be exciting to see banks really make their way to making offering for crypto and becoming real competition for the exchanges that are out here. And that's going to heat the market up, I believe. All right. So we're looking at this from DJ Peter Vass, another Hall of Famer. PNC reports brisk business to business B2B enrollment for real-time payments. Well, it is at this juncture, if you're new, that I need to remind you and let you know that PNC was the first U.S. bank to go live on Ripple On Demand, RippleNet Payments Network. How about that one? Yeah, that was back in 2019. They announced that, and they have been working with Ripple and RippleNet for years. Now, this is another one for DJ Peter Vass. Cryptocurrency is evolution of money with new assets. I want to take a look at this because it really goes into what we've covered about Visa and getting into cryptocurrency and basically offering a digital wallet, but starting off with dealing with stable coins. And stable coins are not money, but a form factor to represent that money one-to-one in a digital world, right? So coming down here, I just want to highlight this because I think this is a nice reminder for all of us, whether we've been in the space or not as well. This Visa approach for digital currency includes adding Visa credentials to digital currency wallets. The company has piloted a settlement of transactions in USDC with Crypto.com. Visa also provides infrastructure for clients to exchange and transfer digital currency alongside launching the Visa Crypto API pilot program with Anchorage, ensuring issuers can enable their customers to buy and trade Bitcoin. So what I see here is creating a real pool of assets by really offering this digital wallet to the consumers, to the customers, right? But then we need to realize what's going on here is Anchorage as a custodian added Ripple XRP storage for big institutions. So what I see here is the potential to create this huge liquidity pool of assets for Anchorage to be able to eventually fill that pool with water, which is the customers in Visa and the digital wallets they're offered and all the crypto that would go in it, to really make a market for them and a deep liquidity in that market for them to be able to handle and settle for big institutions as well. So this is just creating deep pools of liquidity is what I see by offering this through Visa's program. Now, that also looks a lot like what we see very similar to PayPal and Venmo's offerings. So don't forget about that either. Crypto is coming in a big way, even though it might not feel like it when you look at price every day. So Bond Crypt is another Hall of Famer, says Ripple makes it to CNBC's Disruptor 50 companies list. We did cover this morning, and I just want to put this to set up where we're going here. We're getting ready to hear from Brad Garlinghouse, and they were number 38 on the list, and we have Brad Garlinghouse on CNBC. But listen to what goes on. You know, just you make of it what you will, but we'll talk after.
The 2021 edition of the Disruptor 50. These are private companies on the cutting edge of technological change. Right now, we've got an interview with the head of the company that's coming in at number 38 on this year's list, Ripple. The company uses blockchain to send money across borders for financial institutions, and it uses the token XRP to do it. Join us now, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. Brad, great to see you. Great to have you on today. Let's start just generally about the crypto arena and what we've seen, because there's an article today, Brad, about, I guess it's hearkening back to the colonial situation, pipeline and ransomware, et cetera. And the thrust is that we just need to ban crypto. And it's set forth, here's all the reasons. I think about everything that you've set up with blockchain and DeFi and how this can really effectively replace a lot of existing systems like Swift or whatever, and it really works well. Do you think that, I mean, what do you make of someone that makes that case, given all the blockchain infrastructure and everything else, not just around Bitcoin, but do you think that this toothpaste ever goes back in the tube like that because you can use it for ransomware?
Not sure I've heard the toothpaste analogy before. I'm going to steal that one myself. Look, first of all, thank you for having me. I think the question you're asking is a really important one. And I think it gets to the kind of the core of sometimes just a misunderstanding about how these technologies can be applied in a way that actually is really good for businesses, for citizens, for just the community at large. And so when we talk about, like, should we ban something, let's make sure we understand what we're talking about. The way Ripple uses these technologies, as you introduced, is we can make cross-border payments, which are slow and expensive today. We can make them real-time, very efficient, very low cost, and that's good for the global economy. We can unlock trillions of dollars of kind of trapped capital to make the economy more efficient. And so blockchain technologies can be applied in a lot of really constructive ways. It's reducing friction, whether that be transaction cost, transaction speed. But again, for Ripple, that's around payments. But, I think to say, hey, let's just ban all this, yes, the toothpaste might already be out, and I don't know how you get it back in.
Okay, so I really want to pick it up right there. Now, a lot of people may feel like, hey, it really wasn't that in-depth. There wasn't a lot revealed. I want to point out a couple things, okay? One is they never talked about the SEC case or XRP because this was about Ripple being on the disruptor list with their innovation and their tech, right? They kept it clean. They stayed above it. They didn't mix Ripple with XRP because that's a part of this case too. Is establishing the fact that Ripple is a blockchain infrastructure company and XRP is the native asset to the XRP ledger, which now has its own nonprofit foundation around it. And it exists without the company Ripple, right? Okay. So the other thing I want to point out is they brought up the U.S. pipeline narrative, right? The U.S. pipeline narrative was really about the cyber attack, the ransomware attack that happened on that and affected gas everywhere, right? Well, I've told you, we talked about it here. The GameStop narrative was about market manipulation to the market infrastructure of the derivatives market. The cyber attack on the U.S. pipeline is about the market infrastructure to the U.S. pipeline for oil. And then we talk about Diem, which is not a topic yet, but we know that they are already setting the narrative on mainstream media that Ripple is in fact a global settlement platform and a blockchain infrastructure company. This to me is remarkable because we're seeing the stage be set. We know that the Federal Reserve is testing and doing pilot tests on the digital dollar this summer and releasing even more information as well as doing public interaction with that at some point. So that to me is remarkable too. Then factor in the Diem coin, right? The Diem coin, the Facebook stable coin, which has left Switzerland, canceled their application and their status there, and moved back to the United States now. Tell me that all of these things aren't becoming the narrative of why we're going to navigate and make that migration to a new financial system, because I believe that it is. And importantly enough, I want to add this from Raoul Pal from Real Vision, who is absolutely incredible. This guy is a visionary, and I love his work and I love his writings. I want to read this thread to you and let you have this impact you, and I hope it hits you to some degree the way it did me. He says, something to get your head around. Headline: a major asset class crashed 42% in 14 days, referencing crypto, wiping out more than $1 trillion in value in an orgy of liquidation of people up to 100 times levered. And then it says, with very low regulation, many tokens fell up to 70%, including unregulated lending and borrowing business. Beneath the headline, crypto had major Varshock tests and nothing happened. Leveraged liquidation was offset by over-collateralization. No one was left holding the baby. No firm went under. The Fed didn't need to step in. DeFi didn't break and carried on near normal. There's no daisy chain of collateral losses. There was no collateral pressure. Stable coins remained stable. A few exchanges went down for an hour or two, but no exchange big losses occurred. No need to mutualize losses either. No protocol failed. No firms needed rapid funding. No one has open-ended losses. The system didn't break. It offered zero systemic risk to the broader financial world. Speculators lost money, and that is it. He said, this is what I first saw in crypto back in 2012, a new anti-fragile financial system that doesn't break in times of stress, where ownership of assets is clear and losses are not mutualized to taxpayers. This was 2 big weeks for crypto and the future of the financial system. I don't know if you can actually say it any better than that man just said it right there. That's exactly what we're moving to. Getting away from fractionalized lending, getting away from a debt-based system and moving to an asset-backed system. That's what we're talking about. And that is where the world is moving to. All right, that's going to do it for me. Before I get out of here, I do want to remind you, link to Kraken's on the board right here, and so is Uphold. And keep an eye out for Ripple maybe later this week too. Lots of great products here. Private investing made simple, link2.com. It is the foremost place to be if you want to get private equity. You do need to be accredited, but I do want to remind you, maybe you are and you don't know it. Reach out to them and find out. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. They are trusted, vetted links. I'll catch all of you on the next one.